At Gies, we've built a portfolio of fully online, flexible, and stackable graduate business programs, including a flagship online Master's of Business Administration, which we call our iMBA, as well as an online Master's in Accounting and a Master's in Management program. As we've built these programs, our focus has always been on democratizing business education by making it accessible and modular, which allows our learners to start small, to earn credentials, and to stack them into degrees and certificates over time. What we recognize is that a learner may need a micro-credential today, a certificate next year, and a degree at some point down the road, and our model supports that journey. We saw two opportunities, to be specific. First was that for those learners taking non-credit courses, we wanted to provide them with recognition for their learning, recognizing that those, in the space of higher education, we talk about transcripted credit. When someone's taking a non-credit course, it's not transcripted. It's not, at our university in particular, it's not part of the learner's registrar record, their official transcript. And so we see an opportunity to recognize those learners. Second, we recognize that for learners working towards a degree, having credentials along the way creates value. And this is really where, the significant number of awards that we've offered in the engagement is, a lot of it's coming from that population. We have over 6,000 students in our graduate online business pipeline pursuing some sort of learning at various steps in the path. And we recognize that allowing those individuals to signal progress to employers before completing the full degree program is really valuable. Not to mention, these are generally adult learners where it takes time and may require short pauses along the way, longer breaks, or even the need to off-ramp from a larger credential. And so, again, being able to use digital credentials to help learners signal to the market and demonstrate what they've gained on path to a larger credential is really where we saw a tremendous amount of opportunity. We had first been introduced to Accredible through continuing and professional education space that we were working in at the time, where Accredible was a tool that integrated with the LMS that we were using for some of our non-credit courses. Right away, we noticed how easy it was to use and how well it worked at scale. And it got us thinking, could it be the right solution for our learners pursuing paths towards graduate business education and a larger digital credentialing strategy? So in that process, we did evaluate a handful of other credentialing platforms, and a couple of things that stood out to us about Accredible and continue to really were the automation and scalability. We operate at a pretty large scale learner population, and the automation is a game changer for us. With that population of more than 6,000 online learners, issuing credentials could be really cumbersome if there were a tremendous amount of manual effort involved, and Accredible has been a great partner in making that seamless. Additionally, I talked earlier about the need for us to have a credentialing partner that felt like an extension of the Gies College of Business, not a third party, not a place where we were sending learners and then losing them or not having control over their engagement with us, really thinking about that learner experience. And so with the white labeling and branding that we have access to with Accredible, we can make the credentials feel like they are ours, not just a badge from an external provider. And that was really important. Lastly, and this actually came through the work we did with Thinkific, we saw that the platform worked well with our current systems, right? We could really integrate and auto-award digital micro-credentials when it was appropriate. And for us, again, at scale, thinking about self-paced content or content that's reaching a number of learners, to be able to really recognize the learner as soon as they complete something, not to wait for some back-end process to get something through is really important to us. And so we're really grateful for those things that, again, have made Accredible stand out to us. We've issued 42,000 digital credentials across various programs. We've achieved an 80% credential engagement rate, which includes sharing on social media, adding to email signatures, et cetera. 78% credential LinkedIn share rate. And we also see an incredible number of our learners earning multiple credentials over time. 62% of our learners earn multiple credentials as they are on their path to a larger credential, maybe a degree program. So at this point in time, we're also continuing to expand our digital credentialing strategies beyond graduate business learners to include undergraduates and to continue to build on what we've built in the professional education space. And Accredible just allows us to extend our work, and it enables us to do what we do better while keeping the credentials ours, while supporting us in building out those credentials and helping us understand industry best practices and continuously do what we're doing in a better way. So that's been incredible. We've been continuously looking to expand our digital credentialing into the professional education space. We operate in the professional education space a little differently than some of our peers, typically doing professional education at scale and relying on our vast portfolio in the online space to deliver professional education, and digital credentials are part of that strategy. In addition, we're really excited about bringing digital credentials into the undergraduate space and leveraging digital credentials as a way to increase access to undergraduate business education from Gies College of Business, and starting with doing so on our own campus, serving learners from outside of Gies, so undergraduate students pursuing bachelor's degrees from other colleges on our campus, but look forward to a time where we have the opportunity to scale that up and serve learners elsewhere. And so one other thing that we've seen happen on our campus is the adoption of Accredible across our university. And so another thing that we're supporting and working towards is a broader university adoption of Accredible. We're working closely with many colleges on our campus to think about Accredible as a tool they can use really to bring their digital credentialing strategy to life. And so that's been a really exciting place to be as well.